Welcome to our kitchen. Today we prepare ancient Roman chard with mustard from Pliny's Naturalis Historia, Palladius Opus Agriculturae, and De Re Cucinaria. We start with ingredients. We need mustard seeds, wine vinegar, olive oil, honey, and chard. Chard is quite common in ancient cooking. Pliny writes that the Greeks distinguished between two main varieties, black or white chard, whereas the Romans between spring and autumn chard. This vegetable was generally cooked with lentils and fava beans, but also in the same way as cabbage or with mustard, because its flavor was considered bland. It is interesting to notice that both Greeks and Romans used more or less the same recipes. In Galen's De Facultatibus Alimentorum, we find not only a soup based on chard and lentils, seasoned with a bit of salt or garum, but also the recommendation to eat chard with mustard. We find this recipe also in De Re Cucinaria, the most extensive corpus of ancient Roman recipes. First, we prepare the mustard. We grind 2 tablespoons of mustard seeds, then add a tablespoon of honey and olive oil, and 2 tablespoons of vinegar. We used Palladius' recipe, changing the ratio among the ingredients, because his mustard is intensely spicy and sweet, but you may prepare it as you want. Palladius recommends a sextarium, which is half a liter of mustard seeds, 5 pondi of honey, keeping in mind that a pondus is about 330 grams, a pondus of oil, and a sextarium of vinegar. In the recipe of De Re Cucinaria, the mustard is then diluted with vinegar and olive oil, so we recommend avoiding an excessive quantity of vinegar. The honey is to taste. If you like an intensely sweet sauce, add more than we did. We simmer the chard with a pinch of saltpeter. Depending on the chard you use, the cooking time can range between 30 seconds and a few minutes. Saltpeter is recommended in De Re Cucinaria to obtain a bright green during the cooking of the leaf vegetables, but it is completely optional. It is interesting to notice that Pliny describes this method, calling it apiciana coctura, meaning that it is typically used by Apicius. And Marshall recommends cooking cabbage in aqua nitrata, which is water and saltpeter. We serve the chard dressed with the mustard, diluted with a bit more olive oil and vinegar. The ratio depends on how strong you want the dressing to be. If you want to know more about ancient cooking, check out our book Ancient Roman Cooking and our Patreon page, in which you find articles and translations of historical sources, among which the first 7 books of De Re Cucinaria. For more recipes with vegetables from the antiquity to the early modern era, check out our book Early Italian Recipes, Vegetables, Fruit, Herbs and Flowers. If you're interested in medieval cooking, check out our commented translations, the Observatione Ciborum, Early Medieval Recipes at the Court of the Franks, and Registrum Coquine, a medieval cookbook. Our books are available on Amazon in English and Italian, in print and ebook editions. To support our work, you can also buy us a beer and purchase our merchandise. You find all the links in the description below. This side dish was intensely spicy and a bit sweet. We paired it with farcimina, an ancient Roman sausage made with meat and spelt, and it was incredibly tasty. We suggest serving it with meat dishes, for instance ofella or pork collar. If you're interested in ancient foods and flavors, subscribe our channel and consider supporting us on Patreon.